doing some research vids, and I was just shooting the shit with the camera while I'm driving around. So I'm talking about Denny. Denny was bringing up some points about showing me to turning me on to other people's channels. And Denny, if you're out there listening, I just mentioned while I'm doing this research vid to you, it's been that way with me right from the get-go, right all along. Because if others are not going to look and others are not going to be able to see what it is I'm showing them, then that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. That's why I threw that question by you yesterday in a message, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that before and other things, questioning and asking you about things along with others. And the most I ever got out of anyone was I got... think about it, it's been over a year, and the most I've gotten out of that, out of anybody, out of the thousands of people who've come to my channel, and there's been a couple thousand people so far that have come and left. And okay, we had Whispery. Start with Whispery. Whispery came in with the Heart of Stone, and I'm still not sure if Whispery's a real person or not, even though he brought the stone in because he does weird shit. And I've been open about that. I don't like try to hide the fact that I'm trying to figure people out or none of that. It's easy for me. So I'll know if somebody's full of shit. And they don't have to be purposeful liars for me to not want to be bothered. I just don't want to be bothered with wasting my time with anyone who's not willing to look. So if you are willing to look, then let me know, and let me know what you see. And if you want to come in and work with us, I would love that. I would love that. The more and more people to come in, the better. But that's not what's happened over the last year. We had Whispery come in with the Heart of Stone. That makes it look like, what Whispery did made it look like it's difficult to grab this imagery, which is opposite of what, like you said, let's say, what you're seeing Patrick do right now. You can tell that Patrick is going through a learning stage where his eyes are adjusting. He's seeing things more clearly every day, every hour of every day. You can watch, I can anyway, I can watch in his videos, and I can easily see that what Patrick is going through is very similar to what I went through and what I would expect everybody else to go through. So there's going to be some fear. I know to expect that. And he seems to have enough balls to keep on looking at what he's seeing, even though it's a little scary when you first start realizing what it is you're looking at. And you realize how big it really all is, because I usually play things down to smaller than what they actually are. I'm trying to figure out why this thing's so fucking blurry. I'm going to have to pull over and look at it. I think my lenses are going bad. I'll have to check that one out. Or something's over or something. I don't know. I'll check it out when I get up the road. So anyways, back to what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm expecting that shit. But if he started playing games where, like in the first couple videos that Patrick posted, if you go and look, there were blue sky days. He was just getting a feel for the camera, I guess, and everything like that. Just shows you how not understanding I am, because I'm not understanding about any of that shit. Because to me, I'm trying to make sense of everything. So I'm saying, well, gee, why is this new guy Patrick putting up a blue sky day? And then his reasoning was, I'm just getting used to the camera. It was just a dry run, and blah blah blah. To, see where I'm going to run the cameras. Then my point is okay, so you already seen it when it was on your camera that you got a blue sky day with nothing in it, so why continue to post it? And that's my logic to myself. But I still give it the benefit of the doubt, and I did. And so far, I'm glad I did. Because now it appears that I was wrong. I was wrong about Patrick, okay? Same thing with Rick from A Dripping Sponge. Rick's giving me blurry, spotty, fucking shit videos, but he sees the imagery. I could tell that he was seeing the imagery from where he was aiming the camera. Then he was giving me different shit that was making it look too difficult for what I was trying to do. And then he was also including things with human influence and shit like that, things that I specifically said, that I'm not interested in, shit like that. So as we went along with Rick, as I went along for the ride with Rick from A Dripping Sponge, same thing, same shit. I'm watching as I'm going along to say, okay, how much is he really seeing? Does he really see it, or is he just? And then it turned out by the end of the Tripping Sponge series, what I was finding was people were seeing what I was pointing out, but when they were going and looking on their own, they were not able to identify the imagery, and definitely not as much as I was pointing out. So that means that no skills were being gained, no reality was being reached, no real, it was, and definitely at the same time, he was also letting me know that it wasn't something that he was going to continue to help me to expose. He had no interest in that, so that doesn't do me any good. That just makes everything a distraction for me. That kind of shit was happening. And then other things too. There was other things that just, towards the end of the Tripping Sponge series, I was like, alright, so I don't look at it as a waste of my time. I like Rick. He's a nice guy. He seems like a nice kid. But we're definitely not going in the same direction, and I don't think he's going to be able to help me to expose the system. I don't think he has enough interest in the I think it's a mistake, but that's my own personal opinion. I think that Rick is probably cut out for more than what he even knows. I think he was supposed to be more of a part of this than he even realizes, but what am I going to do? I mean, I can't, all I can do is try to convince people of that. I can't make them do something they don't want to do. I got to check this camera out. I can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do, so anyways, put this one back on. I'm gonna go without the fucking filters again. I'm gonna go without the filter again today. Fuck it. Because I can always put the filters on when I'm behind the computer as well, so it's not a big deal. Alright, so back what I was talking about. So then at the end of the Tripping Sponge 2, one of the things with Rick was that, okay, I asked Rick, I'll send you a camera, I'll send you one of these, I'll send you a wide angle lens, I'll send you a microscope. This is all cheap stuff. This is all $20, $30 a piece. I'm broke, I'm poor, I don't have any fucking money. Just because my wife makes money don't mean I have any fucking money. I ain't got shit. So for me to do that, I have to go out of my way, and it would take me a few weeks to do it, but fuck it. And then plus shipping and handling and all that stuff. But in the modern day, I could probably just go online and order it straight from somewhere and have it delivered right to his door the next day. Okay, so now he said, no, don't worry about it. I'm going to see you in a month or two anyway. He was going to plan on coming for a visit and everything like that. And I'm going to be coming for a visit anyway. I said, yeah, that's true. Okay, fuck it. But that was still a month away from that time. So I still thought, really, if he's going to be helping me, I really need to get him the equipment now. I can't really wait another month. I need the help. I need others that are able to see this to prove and show just how easy this all is to see, and that there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be. Reality is nothing to be afraid of, people. Should be no fear in the reality. They just convince us that there's fear in reality, and they keep us going down these zombie roads. So then, as the end of the series was approaching, and then a couple other people came along and really pissed me off, then I started thinking about it, and I'm saying, fuck, man, this is like useless, because if no one's able to really see it, and I've been doing it for over a year now, I've been showing this to everyone, how easy this is to see. I mean, you cannot go anywhere without being able to see this, okay? So the only thing is staying away from human influence. It was my only key thing of doing, in order to not confuse it with reality with non-reality, okay? So the bullshit show, the freak show that they call life, which is all bullshit, but the reality of life is all around us. We can see it. The EMNC builds everything for us. That's the great thing about this. So the evidence is fucking there by every fucking bush over there, every tree. Again, if I want to go to human influence, I can go into the pavement. I can go into the pavement, but that's human influence. That's why I choose to go into rocks and stones. I can go over there and go into that telephone pole and grab the imagery out of it and show you the EMNC. But it's a telephone pole. It's human influence. So what do? I go up to the actual tree, but it has not had a human influence. influence. Okay, so I'm doing the best I can to stay on the track of not confusing anyone, not trying not to make anything seem scary, trying to show everybody how easy it is. And I was getting frustrated that I was the only one. Because if Whispery ends up being someone that's not with it, and he doesn't get it, doesn't see it, doesn't want to see it, okay, so that eliminates Whispery, really. He's got the one heart of stone. That's the one special rock that supposedly the whole world can look at. Come on, man. That's ridiculous. I'm telling you, every fucking stone I go pick up over there, off that fucking ground over there, I can go in on the imagery of every one of them, including the pavement, including those blocks of fucking pavement. Anything, anywhere, I can pull the imagery out of it. And so can you. So can you. So can anybody. We can all do it. So I stay away from the human influence because I don't want to hear, oh, we're just seeing what you want to see. Okay, you fucking idiots. So anyways, back to my bitch about this. So with Rick, things are kind of blurry today in this fucking thing. So with Rick, that didn't really make any sense to me. And Rick calls me the Context Eater, and I accept that. I accept that Context Eater nickname, no problem. I'm fine with that. But what I'll also point out is that I don't try to give things a lot of thought. I just look at them for what they are. I look at them, I see them for what they are, and I know that in the back of my mind, I could be wrong. Same thing with Patrick. So when Patrick started out and he's giving me the blue sky days, I'm thinking, oh man, another fucking Whispery, man. Just another Whispery. And at that same time that Patrick was coming in, I was just about to finish up on the Tripping Sponge series, and then Rick was letting me know what he was actually able to see on his own as well. And that he didn't agree with me on a lot of things, and he was going down other roads. I don't want to go down those other roads. I already been down all those other roads. I'm not interested in religions, tarot cards, none of that shit, where he still didn't mind dabbling in those things, or he was not against looking at those things for answers. I am. I don't buy none of it. I think even the psychics were lied to, and they're also turned out to be liars because they were lied to. I think that no more than the priest or the governor or the fucking president or anybody else or any doctor or nurse or police officer, you name it, judge, they're all lied to. So if they're all lied to in this big fucking system, and they're all lying to us, and we're all living in each other's lies, it's fucking obvious to me. So when I'm trying to show people the reality and the truth that is all around us, it's my best chance I have to showing everybody is to show you what you're looking at right now. What you're looking at right now, and you're probably still denying. Because I know I fucking look up and I can see everything that I'm fucking showing you guys is clear as fucking day. Okay, so about that same time, in the back of my mind, and Rick can come to this and contest that I am the Context Eater. So I'll just tell you, the context don't have to come out of Rick's mouth to say, you know what, Mike, I've got $1,100 for a plane ticket to come to you, but I don't really, to come visit and everything, which I'm fine with. I'm still hoping that Rick will come up for a visit, but I've got too much other shit going on, and I don't want to be distracted at the moment with any of the shit that Rick's gonna be interested in talking about. And same thing goes for him. He's not gonna want to be distracted with what I'm trying to show people, obviously, because I was showing it to him and talking to him about it for several months. And if he was at that point after several months, it's of still not being able to see things the way that I was seeing them. And I'm not looking for somebody to agree with me. I'm looking for somebody to say the things before I even say them. And then I can agree with them. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for somebody else. And unfortunately, you have to trick people into doing that. You have to trick them into looking. And then when they say feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, you got to remember, they're not going to say it the way that I'm saying it. They're going to say, there's Santa Claus. There's my dead grandfather. Oh, that looks like my sister. Oh, look there's my dog, Ralphie. There's the, that reminds me of the ape from the movie Conga. Or if you talk to them about the triangular shapes of the nanocarbon, they'll see them, and then they'll begin to tell you, usually about some movie that they've seen, or some book that they read about matrix wisdom. And I've got matrix wisdom. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So it's all the wrong roads. I'm not going down any of those fucking roads. Those are all previous programs that I am not interested with. I am not interested in anybody's fucking programs. So here was Rick at the end of this series, ready to come down for January 13th, was going to be his date for coming. And I asked him to move it up. And he's probably pissed off about it. I don't know, but he's still welcome to come. Just wait until April or May or something like that, so that, you know, I've got other personal shit going on in my life that I want to take care of before I have him come down. And it was something that I felt that I needed to do. But on top of that, as it's going through my mind, I also don't want to have my time or Rick's time wasted right now, because there's too many other things. Imagine if Rick would have came on January 13th. I never would have made it down the road of Metellus the way that I'm making it down the road of Metellus. Everything happens for a reason. So everything happened in the way that it happened. I was able to go much deeper into the Metellus. Patrick had an interest also in the Metellus, so that helped starting his series. And then it turned out that, by the way, other people, I got a lot of this need to know about the Metellus from some of my subscribers' channels. And once I went in there, I was like, oh, they're interested in this too? I have an interest in this. There's something to this, and I never talk about it. And then I started going down those roads under the Tripping Sponge series. I said to myself, you know, usually I don't run off on those things, but fuck it. You know, I already went down a few roads of other things that had human influence and stuff anyway, so let's take the ride. So I went down it briefly, and then other things came about as well. But when you think about it, right, in the back of my mind, I don't have to give a lot of thought to it. I just give a very little bit of thought, and if it don't make sense, then it don't make sense. Now, Rick can straighten me out on this and tell me how wrong I was, either in a message or by video, or when he comes down to visit, if he still comes. If he ends up coming in April or May. But the thing is this. You got $1,100 to spend on a fucking airplane ticket to come here, knowing that we're both going to distract each other for at least 4 weeks that he's staying. We're both going to distract each other. There is as much as I tell everybody, take your time, well, don't worry, because I don't want to put stress on anyone, but I want to get to the bottom of a lot of things, and I do feel some urgency necessary with this shit, that we should be acting in accordance and not keep distracting ourselves with bullshit stories. So I try to be quick about weeding through the bullshit stories, and it's not even intentional, it's just pretty quickly. So I'm going to show you how quickly my mind works, like I like to do. So my mind works so fucking quickly that when I hear plane ticket, I'm already thinking $1,100 at minimum for the plane ticket, round trip ticket back and forth, right? From Austria to the States. Could be less, could be more, I don't give a fuck. That's the number I put on it, $1,100. So $1,100 back and forth, but yet this is someone that doesn't have the money. He's as broke as I am. So he doesn't have the money to go out and get a $35 camera to help me expose what I'm trying to expose. He doesn't have $12 to go buy a lens to expose what I'm trying to expose. He doesn't have $6 to buy a wide angle lens to expose what I'm trying to expose. He doesn't have $2.50 to go buy a filter kit to try to help expose what I'm trying to expose, what I'm showing you right here now in the clouds. So no, so we're gonna give blurry, sloppy photographs, doing things opposite, not really, I'm not a teacher of any kind, I'm not a prophet of any kind, I'm not an expert of any kind on anything, and I don't want to be. I don't claim to be, and to be honest, I don't expect much of anybody's experts anyway, right? Think about it. So if I don't think much of experts anyway, then don't expect me to be like an expert on anything. I'm learning as I go, just like everybody else. So anyway, as far as Rick goes, this is in the back of my mind. I'm thinking, That's kind of weird, actually, the more I think about it, because if he's not seeing the imagery really, unless I point it to him and point it out to him, he's not seeing it very clearly and crisply, and not enough to point it out to others, because if he did, he would already be doing something that I'll be asking Patrick to do in the future, which will be making your own videos off of your own research videos. And I'm going to just give a little explanation on how to do that. It's not a training course. It's just showing people how to do it. What usually happens is people usually give me ideas on how to do it better. And that's great. And that's a wonderful thing. But it's in the back of my mind, and I'm saying, well, how could he be thinking that? Why can't he just be honest with me and say, you know what, Mike, I'm going to cancel the trip right now. You know, we're both really busy about the shit we just learned and stuff, and I think we're just going to distract each other. So let me just, you know, because he could see how frustrated I was. I was ready to give up on the whole fucking thing. I mean, definitely YouTube sucks. You got to battle YouTube, you got to battle the zombies, and you got to battle all this fucking bullshit. So as a real person, which I believe Rick is, but he's just probably young, and he's probably just not thinking things out the way the context eater does. So okay, so I just think it out in my mind, and I quickly say, all right, it'll be better for everybody. I got other shit I want to do anyway, so let's delay the visit. And then now, by the time he comes to visit, I'll be just about finishing up with Patrick's series. So once Patrick's series is almost done, it'll be time for Rick to come. We can actually enjoy each other's company better, and I won't feel not an anger, but a frustration about him not willing to help me more to expose all this, and more looking at it as a personal journey of learning things. Because I don't think that's what's happening to him. I think he's just getting pulled back down other rabbit holes. But, you know, who knows? Everybody's got their reasoning, maybe fear, whatever. But when I look at the simple facts of it, it just don't make fucking sense. So I want to talk about it openly. Now, this is the first time I'm ever mentioning this to Rick. So if Rick comes to these videos, if he's still watching, and if he's still keeping up with everything, he'll hear this, and maybe he'll come back with, you know, not wrong again, Mike. You know, this is the real story. This is really the way it is, or whatever. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. All I'm just pointing out is this is how I look at things. Okay. So now we've got me bringing up the same thing to you, not Patrick. I'm now talking to Denny from his other channel, Crystal Blue Persuasion. So Crystal Blue Persuasion, you gave me some feedback, right? So you gave me some feedback. I appreciate that. I don't care. I'll take the background that you want to give me about yourself, but I don't really need any background. I just use your background against you because I am a context eater. So your background that you're giving me, I'm going to use against you because, for example, you're saying that you don't like telephones, right? So I'm assuming that the reason why you're telling me you don't like cell phones is because you know that I'm about to hit you up for what I've asked you for before was, why don't you post some research videos? Are you able to see, I'm asking, are you able to see the imagery that the EMNC builds for us? Everywhere, all around you. You cannot get away from it. Are you able to see it, Crystal Blue Persuasion? And you know that I'm going to be asking you to do that. So ahead of time, you're already ready for me to ask you that. So you give me a full explanation about why you don't like phones. Any phones, not just cell phone, but any phones. Now, the way I look at that and the way I read that comment was that that's setting you up already. So when I'm about to ask you to go ahead and start posting research vids, you can say, sorry, I don't do cell phones. I don't do phones, period. And then I'm supposed to say, oh, okay, I understand. And I'm not, because I don't understand. My next comment back to you, it would be, what, you afraid of cameras? Do you have a hatred against cameras as well? Because I hate phones, cell phones, televisions, computers for all kinds of reasons. For the LED lights that they have in them, for the fucking EMNC, electromagnetic nanocarbon, that fills the little tubes that are inside of them. And I know that we're being lied to about those little tubes and what they contain and how they work. it's, things being kept from me is the same as a lie. So someone not telling me how something works and keeping it as a secret patent or a secret, same fucking thing to me, still lying to me, not telling me the true aspects and the true reasoning behind this design called television. And I can go back even further than that and do it with the ink on fucking paper. When we were putting the ink on paper, I was seeing the carbon in the fucking paper. That's why we're going to be getting over to this guy Kotz. We're going to be going on to Harold Kotz now and hitting him up for all those things, because I want to talk about Harold Kotz's black goo. I want to talk about all his bullshit story. You lying motherfucker, Harold. Harold, if you come to these videos, Harold, and I hope you do, we're going to have to have a talk. And if you don't come and have a talk with me, then that's how I know for sure you're a purposeful lying motherfucker. And then if you do come to me and you say, hey, I just never seen it before, you know, I'm educated and I'm a smart dude, but I just never seen it the way that you're showing for. Now I'm seeing it. Now I'm understanding it. Fine. Then that means you were an unintentional lying motherfucker. But as far as I'm concerned, everyone, all lying motherfuckers, man. Everybody. That's why I explain to people, do not even fucking believe me. Don't believe anything I'm telling you. I'm a lying motherfucker. I'm part of the fake system, the program system. But what I am telling you in that same breath is that everything that I'm fucking telling you that I say out of my mouth, you can prove for yourself. Then you can go and see it and prove it for yourselves. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants reality. Okay, so back to Crystal Blue Persuasion. Denny. So then I asked you, I said, okay, have you, because you've never made comment about being able to see the imagery. You don't post any research vids, and I'm sure that's why you're mentioning that you don't have the phone and no content, is because you want me to understand that you have no way of posting any content because you don't have a phone to do so. Well, man, these cameras have been around for a long fucking time. Since the middle of the 1800s, end of the 1800s, we've had camera, photograph technology. So unless you have some bullshit story ready, built up for that, to tell me why you're afraid of cameras, then I'm going to ask you, I will send you a fucking camera, because you can go to Walmart and buy a camera, a cheap one for fucking $20. That last Vivitar I got off the sales shelf for $12. You can buy a cheap fucking camera that doesn't require any cell phone technology. So if you don't like phones, or you're afraid of phones, or hate phones, I get you. I'm the same way. I had to get over my hatred of phones and videos and computers just in order to do these stupid ass YouTube videos that for some reason doesn't seem to be fucking going very far. For so many people that are out there claiming to be awake, and everybody's awake. You're another one. You're another one, Denny. You're all awake, but yet anytime I'm asking you about these things, and Denny, let me tell you this, that I'm also ready for, because this is probably going to make you go away, and you probably won't even want to be bothered with my channel anymore anyway. And if you're a fake-ass lying motherfucker, a purposeful lying motherfucker, then I would just rather you do that anyway. Because I don't need 47 lying motherfuckers as subscribers on my channel. So if somebody's are real, true people and real people, I want to identify them. I want to know who's real, who's trying to be real, who's purposely lying to me. I like to know. And if you're not going to obviously tell me the truth about anything, let's figure it out on my own, and then I'll know better, so that the next time I see your characteristics coming forward, then I'll know to ask these questions sooner, which I did. A lot of the shit that I'm even mentioning now, I know I've mentioned in earlier videos, so anybody watching my videos, you know, is going to know these things. Okay, so here's what I'm going to predict, Denny, that you're going to come up with next. I'm not even home near the computer, so if you even write me back in the next day or two, this won't even be up. This video won't even be up until tomorrow. What am I on right now? Monday. It's Monday afternoon. So I'm guessing that if you even get back to me, which I don't think you are, because anytime I've ever asked you any hard questions, usually you'll disappear for a while. So here's my hard question to you. It's not even a question, it's just an accusation from the context eater himself. So what you're next going to do is you're going to tell me that you're not able to post these videos, research videos, but you are able to see it. You can see it all because you just explained to me how awake you are. You've been awake all your life, which also bothers me and scares me and worries me. because everybody thinks they're fucking awake, and the people that think they've been awake their whole life, they scare me more than anybody. So, but that doesn't mean you're not a real person. You could be. So I'm still giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm just trying to feel you out as we go. So then you're going to come back to me, Denny, and you're going to say, that's why, man, I just can't do it. I'm not into phones. I see what you're saying. I know everything you know, Michael Oziak, Context Theater, and even more, because I have wisdom. I have all enlightenment and all Freemason, religious, whatever wisdom, all built up in me. And I can tell you even more than you're telling everybody. And that's what you're going to come back and say. Pretty much. But I'm not willing to go out and talk about it. I'm not willing to show anybody. I'm not willing to be open and honest about it to everyone. It's just going to be my little secret. And if you want me to come in on any of that stuff, sorry, I can't, because I'm just not into that phones and all that stuff. So I'm already ready for that, Denny. And what I'm going to say back to you ahead of time, because I'm good at predicting the future, context eater that I am, I'm going to say, okay, Denny, then why don't you just go to fuck ahead and post some videos. Since you like music videos so much, because you explained to me how much you're into the music, and you don't really care if it's a psyop, you don't really care that the music industry is part of the fucking lies. Fine. I'm going to buy right into your bullshit stories, Denny. And what I'm going to ask you to do for me is go video to video, because I can do it. I can go home right now if I want to fucking waste my time on shit that has human influence. And you can go through every music video that you fucking got, and that you can find that has any of the imagery in them. So, I believe me, man, the trees, the water, the oceans, the fucking clouds in the background, the moon, all the shit that I'm